This episode of the Pro Crastinators podcast was brought to you by our bonus episode. Go to patreon.com/theprocrastinators and pledge $5 or more to get access to all our bonus monthly episodes. Last month's episode was let's talk about Radcon 4 and how cool we are.
We should charge at least another $10,000 for an ending for this thing.
You know, we totally fucked up. Where was the stretch goal to have Victor be in the OVA? That fucking Adonis body.
What if we can't come in? What if we all die and get AIDS?
Kickstart our medical bills.
Well,
from
at least I'll die looking good, I guess.
No, but you're a fucking dick. I hate you.
That is fucked up. Okay, I'm with you.
Somebody say Nate's a dick and they hate him. Can I get on this dog pile?
That just goes without saying at this
Ben,
point, dude.
are you recording? That's patreon.com/theprocrastinators, giving you a boner every single time.
System breach. Firewall 1.
We got a problem.
What?
Someone synced a rat to one of my servers. Remote access tool. We're being hacked.
I think the most important thing that is going on in crypto is understanding what is real and what is just hype. Some I think they looked at and the point in mind that it was adaptable.
I could launch a cyber nuke, but it'll completely fry his system.
He's got a backup system at home.
Is that a go for launch?
Yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pro Crastinators podcast. This is number 202. Don't check that dial. You're in the right place. I promise you. I'm the best guy ever, and we've got Tom Oliver.
I am ready for another action-packed episode of the Procrastinators podcast.
Same. Same. We've got Give and Take.
This wasn't the kind of action I was expecting.
He's the only one I got, unfortunately. He's Ben Saint. There he is.
Is that like really slow Woody Woodpecker?
It's
yes.
Yes. I guess
Super Tramp. It's Super Tramp.
It is Super
Stick
Tramp.
a Dumbo across the water.
Want to see America? Indeed.
I don't want to see America because the latest presidential primary sucked. Fuck you, South Carolina.
Did they go with Biden?
South Carolina.
I saw on the airwaves. It was Biden.
All right, let me quickly.
I don't have to spend
guys.
too long
I have developed a new
on
skill. I can read the minds of presidential candidates. This is Bernie Sanders at this very moment. The blacks. What did the blacks betray? Why? I give the blacks everything, and they give me shit every day. Why?
Rights.
Why can't they vote for me?
He got arrested protecting their fucking right to be in our society.
Like the damn white savior that he is. Goddammit! And frankly, we're all sick of it. Us in the black community.
It's okay. I'm not racist yet. South Carolina is a freakish little mutant state. Black people in South Carolina are not like other black people. They're South Carolinians, i.e. they're freaks. They're monsters. Listen.
Okay.
Funny thing about the South. This is a factoid that I learned. People in South Carolina overwhelmingly voted for Joe Biden. Even ones that reported agreeing with Sanders on like every issue. Ones
That's
that
gotta
said
be optic stuff.
that said they were for Medicare for all voted Biden. Ones that described themselves as very liberal voted Biden, and so on and so forth. It's just like a cultural like social pressure expectation thing. They all just like Joe Biden, and you're expected to like Joe Biden if you're a South Carolinian.
Got to be the OQ, the Obama question. It's got to be a factor here.
Maybe
to some degree.
Partially, and but
maybe South Carolinians don't look up who does what.
The funny thing, there was this guy, this House Majority Whip James Clyburn is like a very.
I learned what a whip is from House of Cards. I know what that is.
I actually don't know what a whip is. Tell me what a whip is.
What they do is they get their party to vote for the things they collectively decide they want. That's what a whip does.
Like they're the ones that like
literally
call
whipping
the vote.
is the
like to get the representatives of the party.
Like if
the leader says we're doing this thing, and the whip will get all of the other people to do in the
that's
party
the idea.
to do it.
To literally whip them into line.
Lol.
As in he convinces other people to vote for stuff.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, but isn't that what all representatives do?
No.
Well,
It's,
it's from the
arguing
leadership
their case for
It's what do you call it? Inside thing. It's not like whipping the voters into shape. It's whipping the other representatives of that party.
Right.
I know, but I
thought
thought that's what representatives do. They go to Congress, they like make speeches, they talk about stuff, they make proposals, and then they vote on them. I kind of thought,
yeah, and then the
it just
whip
seems like
just
something
changes
every
their vote.
This
It
is
just
insider
destroys
politics
them.
stuff. Like, we probably would want, like, purely the will of the people from whatever, like, area they're from to pressure people. This is like an internal, like,
it is kind of
congressional
funny,
pressure
like,
system.
The idea that like a local community hires votes in a representative, says I'm going to do this for the local community. He goes up, and he's part of a party, and then a guy from the top says, change what you say, change what you're doing, because the leader of the party says fuck you. I've got a whip here, and I'm going to fucking whip you. And I'm like,
That's
but
the
I was,
reality. That's
but
the
I
reality.
was elected, and my local constituents, they want me to no.
Whoop-ham. Whoop-bam.
The upshot is I stayed up last night watching the results. The upshot is this: bad result for Bernie yesterday, but
Isn't he surging ahead overall?
He did surge ahead with Nevada. South Carolina has almost. I think Bernie is still ahead in delegates, but not by very much. South Carolina is the most populous state that has voted so far. They have the most representatives that voted so far, and they also happen to be the worst state. So, it's bad.
So by the time people hear this, Super Tuesday will be over,
Right.
which will
Yes.
basically determine the whole rest of this fucking shebang.
Well,
Why
it's
does that-
gonna
I mean,
be-
more or less. I
Why
don't
is
know.
that the case? I am not really.
Because
I don't know
there's just
Super
happens
Tuesday.
to be one day called Super Tuesday where like I think 13 different states vote, including really big ones like California and Texas. I think Texas.
So like you get so much momentum if you like win at all.
Yeah,
from
a
that
big
thing.
part of the delegate count is decided on Super Tuesday for some reason.
Is it like once the results come in, everyone who hasn't voted yet in their states will be like, "Oh, well, I can see who's going to win, so I'm just going to
Yes,
vote like
that
that."
is the effective
Basically,
reality.
yes.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Isn't that stupid? Isn't that
It shouldn't
dumb?
work that
But
way.
wait a
basically,
minute.
But it does. I don't
Isn't
know.
that stupid? Yes.
Well?
I think the moral of the story is that the more you dig into this process, the more you realize that 99% of it is asinine and moronic, and it doesn't serve any purpose.
you know, that there's been 2 caucuses so far. At the Iowa caucus, sometimes they had to flip coins to determine who got a
Right,
delegate. In Nevada, sometimes they pulled cards out of a deck.
Such fucking cringe.
Yeah.
You got to decide this shit somehow.
Although,
there will never be a.
I like the
perfect system.
theming. I like the theming that in the Vegas state they flip cards to determine who gets the fucking delegate. That's some like Homestuck level a modus fetch modus level.
See, I say we
theming,
upgrade
you know what I'm
that,
saying?
and we have it so that the candidates have to personally speed run. What's that Sonic level that looks like Las Vegas, like the gaming zone or whatever? They should be decided based on that skill.
They should. I think they should add a clause that says that any candidate who successfully like back hovers and clips through the walls of the White House into the Oval Office.
Whoever can do it with the least amount of A presses.
Through the wall. I could see Bernie doing that. I could see him pulling that off.
I haven't seen the inside of the White House, but I now definitely think there is an endless staircase up to the Oval Office. You need a certain amount of political stars to gain access, or you could do the backwards long jump.
You have to get 120 delegate. It's like how many? No, that's what they're gonna do at the brokered if they force a brokered convention. It's like how many? What's the fewest number of delegate you can get and still like cheat your way through the walls into the Oval Office?
That's been the race eternally, and
That's-
finally we've got the
race to
coveted
the bottom.
0 delegate winner, which I'm looking forward to.
The fabled. Nobody thought they could do it until they unlocked new tech. It was called super delegates. It was a new technique.
can't wait for summoning
But
Salt's video
before I
on it.
explain how super delegates work, I'm going to have to explain parallel universes. It turns out they can actually.
We don't accept super delegates. No tool assisted runs in this competition.
Right.
Very much.
This is just a hypothetical run. You could potentially get it, but like if you're playing on the real hardware, it's more difficult.
That's true. But you gotta use the Japanese copy of the electoral
you gotta long
system.
Jump from Japan to get into the
It
White
saves you a
House.
couple of frames here and there when you long jump.
Yeah.
Gotta build up speed. Aha, funny. Aha, hee hee.
Epic.
I would care a lot
Epic
more about
japes.
politics if they were all true gamers and they play video games all the time.
Have you? There's an account on Twitter called Gamer Prez. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah, I'm aware of him.
Yeah.
Let me.
Is it
Gamer
Andrew
Prez,
Dang?
No, it's Ace Watkins. Gamer Prez 2020.
Gamer Prez is pretty great.
Does he stream?
No, he's just
Not that I know of.
No, he does.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
twitch.tv/ Oh no, he was streaming from PAX this weekend.
Okay. Well, he needs to clip into the White House. I mean, obviously, this is his turf.
Society is like a big game of Smash Bros. Yes, we're all playing the same game, but many are forced to play with a sideways Joy-Con. We need policies that let all Americans play with the GameCube controllers. They can hit beefy Joker combos to the best of their ability.
You know, when you put it like that, I understand.
At last, I see.
That's a good one.
This is, by the way, speaking of brokered conventions, whipping delegates into producing the results desired and whatnot.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
the reason I brought up the House Majority Whip James Clyburn is that he endorsed Biden, and I guess it made a huge difference. But what I'm confused about is how are the people of South Carolina so clued in that they know who their state's House Majority Whip representative in Congress? I don't know who my local representative is. I don't.
think they probably just. I mean,
not clued in, ignorant enough to not know that the Medicare for All guy is Bernie Sanders.
I think, Ben, that's a very revealing question. I think what it says is that, I mean, as whether it speaks well to human society or not, I think people like identify themselves with a guy that clearly they like this representative from their area and whatnot, and they think, I'm going to trust this guy rather than independently investigating which candidate may or may not represent their interests best.
No, it's not where he's from Delaware. He's just very popular in the South.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that like this Clyburn guy, like he's not like a big name. He's a representative. I'm saying I don't know my representative. I feel like most Americans probably don't know who they represent. To me, if my local representative was like, "Hey guys, actually Warren is going to be really great for," I would be, I don't fucking care what you think. Who are you?
I mean, I heard.
But apparently, these people are clued in enough to know who their local like state rep is, but not clued in on the race enough to be like, boy, I'm very liberal. I'm for Medicare for all. I think the system needs reform from the ground up and not just moderate change. But my neighbor said Biden's a nice guy, so I'm going to vote for him.
You know what this may speak to? It's the fact that most voters are, in fact, like older adults who know those sorts of things more, as opposed to our generation. I don't know. That's my best guess.
I'm just saying. But then they should know who Bernie. They should know that they should know the policy difference.
I mean,
Bernie does better with younger
voters
than older. It
could be like there's like a local news that sort of shits on Bernie or something, and they're like, "Oh yeah, fuck him, that guy. He's got white hair."
He does.
my unlike Biden. God, let me complain. The thing I hate most about Biden is his haircut, and I don't like how he keeps it long in the back.
Like a mullet?
It's like a little long, and I don't know. Every time I see him from behind, I'm like, dude, just trim me the fucking back of your head, dude. Why do you keep it long back there? It's fucked up. It's fucked up, man.
It's unfortunate.
The thing that keeps me going, though, South Carolina, demographically, not similar at all to the United States. The Democrats in South Carolina are basically Republicans because there's just... In some parts of the country, I think black people just are Democrats, even if they're conservative. Right, because I think it's just like
I've heard something like that.
It's just like societally expected. Like if you're black, you should be a Democrat. That's just what people think. But like South Carolina is a very conservative state, so they're basically just Republicans that call themselves Democrats because that's what you're expected to do. So I don't know. It's a highly unrepresentative state. It's the worst state in the union. We should crack it off into the sea.
Let's vote. What's the worst state? I mean, sure, this might have been a setback for you for South Carolina. I would go with
Florida might be the worst. Florida and South Carolina are. I mean,
you've got
the whole
Disney
South
World
is pretty
and stuff.
bad.
And Florida man, and countless Florida men doing all kinds of kooky stuff.
It's true.
I'm a fan of those.
Florida's very entertaining. So
if any
else.
state was going to secede and become an anarcho-capitalist god land, it would be Florida, in my guess. So I have hope for them.
A guy on Twitter the other day was sincerely arguing at me that we should have no minimum wage because sure, workers might not be able to buy that 70-inch TV they wanted, but collectively, employers would hire more people. So even though individuals would be getting paid less, on the whole, the total working class would be more employed and be getting more money. And no.
Oh God, it's a complicated fucking question. I don't know.
That's the worst fucking idea I've ever. Yeah, no minimum. Yeah, just let them pay fucking workers like fucking 50 cents an hour if they want. Like, sure, okay.
I mean,
I have
great idea.
100,000 guys at like 0.1 PC pennies.
Just employ the entire population of the United States at 0.1 cent an hour. And
I mean, they can do that, but the only problem is, like, let's say you do employ the entire working class at like 50 cents an hour. They can't buy any of the product those companies need to stay in business, so they'll inevitably have to adjust prices anyway.
The thing that a business will do, they will always do that. They will always hire the fewest number of people at the lowest wage possible.
Sure.
The argument that, like, if you lower the minimum wage, businesses will hire more people is total bunk because there's no incentive for them to hire more people than they need.
Well,
just because wages are lower.
Incentive.
They still want to hire the least number of people, no matter what.
If you
the
have
wage
more
is.
workers, like if you can, it depends on like what your business is and what it needs. Because, like, for example, if you can hire 2 workers and double your production, and now it costs the same as it was to hire 1 worker before, then theoretically you could do that because it could be a bigger benefit to you to double your production speed than to just reduce your overall labor costs. There could be benefits down the pipeline of
Isn't
your
there a
particular
thing
business.
where-
Well, I mean, sure, I guess so, but like, okay, I'm losing. I mean,
it's a very complicated question. There's a lot of factors, but like on the whole, a minimum wage seems like a safe thing to have. A
business might be able to. Yeah, okay, I guess it's true. I don't think it makes any sense. I don't think lowering the minimum wage is so. I think that a business that cannot pay a living wage should just die. And I think that's how
shit.
do it.
I guess we have to die because we can't afford to pay Eleazar a living wage.
We don't hire him full time. He's not working 40 hours a week for us.
Ben, would you say that's true of any business regardless of size?
Yes.
Because I happened to hear your boy Vaush the other day, who was doing a debate where he argued because that his channel was so small, he was exempted.
Did you see the?
You just said it matters regardless of size, Ben.
Debate, weren't you?
I watched it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, Vaush himself said he felt that his business was exempted because he was so small, it didn't make sense economically for a small-sized business. Do you disagree with that?
Exempt from what?
From paying the people who work for him a living wage.
I think morally it just shouldn't be the case that you can get away with not paying people a living wage, whatever the living wage happens to be.
I mean, isn't it also true that Bernie Sanders himself couldn't pay his workers $15 an hour because their organization couldn't afford it? Didn't that also happen?
That did happen.
Well,
which is
obviously scale matters.
I mean, that would probably be. I don't know. Where are you getting that information? I don't know how much I don't know how much Bernie pays his employees.
It was like a year or changing. It was a while ago. They were talking about how he couldn't afford to pay $15 to whoever.
If he can't, then I'm sure nobody else on the campaign trail can either. Did you hear like Klobuchar is apparently fucking like withheld benefits and withheld payments from her employers and stuff.
Well, the point here is just to say these things seem like Amazon can afford, so they did fantastic. Other business, like a mom and pop shop that's trying to get off the ground, doesn't seem appropriate to hold the exact same standard for them as a giant corporation. Well, these things should probably vary.
This brings up. I was watching a video,
and let the workers decide if they want to work at those places or not.
There was an interesting point. Someone was saying that the minimum wage actually helps, like, fuck up the way business is done because, like, if you have a minimum wage, like big corporate interests, like big corporations like Amazon, like Apple and stuff can afford to pay higher minimum wage while you're driving smaller businesses out of the equation. So you basically like consolidate corporate and business interests like the hands of smaller and fewer companies, which which kind of makes sense.
Yes, sure.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with the minimum wage. Like, we're talking about $15 an hour, but $15 an hour is not like a mathematically arrived at number. It's like a slogan that sounds good because it's better than the deal that everybody has now. Like, living wage is different from state to state. And the whole thing is that there is so much inflated costs in all of the things we buy already because corporations are trying to wring every dime they can out of their customers. Like, even if you can't have a living wage in terms of, like, paying $15 an hour, like, just ethically speaking, like, if you're working full-time, you should be able to at least, like, afford a minimum standard of like, supporting yourself, you know? Because, like, a lot of the common defense I hear of against, like, the minimum wage and stuff is that, like, oh, a lot of these jobs weren't designed to live off of. And it's like, that could be true, but that doesn't change the fact that, like, the reality is there are people who have to take these jobs and need to live off of them. And so, like, there is a problem here, and it needs to be addressed. It's the same thing with Medicare for all. You know, like, a lot of the argument is that it's so fucking expensive. How are we going to pay for it? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, yeah, it's expensive, and that is a problem. But that doesn't change the fact that, like, when the coronavirus comes around and we all have to take, like, a month off of work and quarantine, everyone's going to go, like, $40,000 of debt in medical bills. So, like, there are problems that need to be solved irregardless of these issues, and the discussion needs to be had at some point. We can't just keep kicking the can down the road.
Yeah, that all sounds pretty reasonable. Workers of the world unite. I don't know what else to say about that. A minimum wage is good. Raising the minimum wage, I don't know. I think it's good. I think you could say that, like, oh, well, it might kill smaller businesses and only the juggernauts will survive. I mean, maybe. But do you think Amazon wants to be forced to pay all its workers $15 an hour? No. At the end of the day, no. That costs them a lot of money, and that's good.
Well, I guess it comes down to, like, how does the equation play out long term for Jeff Bezos, right? Like, he pays his employees $15 an hour, and that's bad. But, like, maybe 10 years from now, all of the local competition for Amazon is destroyed, and so everyone has to buy from Amazon now, and now he's making more money that easily pays for the $15 and then some. So,
I mean, I don't think that doesn't seem very likely. That doesn't seem very likely.
I don't know.
that demanding Amazon pay more would, through some, like, weird through some kind of, like, accidental math calculus, actually ends up making the money. It just seems really unlikely and like an outside scenario.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm not an economist.
I'm no fucking expert. Isn't there a phenomenon that this is already happening, like with Walmart, in like squeezing out businesses where they plop down and they can afford to undercut businesses there because they have so much funding from their, you know, international business that, like, they're able to sell things cheaper, so people just go there and it squeezes out the
I think the whole,
small
like,
shops or something.
big shops destroying small businesses is just a thing that is naturally always going to happen.
Yeah.
And the workers being paid fairly is not the tipping point. It just slowly always happens.
It depends. Like, it matters which tool you use to solve a given problem too. So, like, is the solution to all of these concerns make a nationwide, like, set limit for minimum income for any given job, or is it to, like, for Amazon, for the people who specifically work at Amazon to, like, if they want to unionize, that seems like the right kind of move, and if they want to fire everybody, I mean, fair enough, but, like, it's for the workers, I would argue, to negotiate these issues with their specific employers, because not every employer is, in fact, the same, and there's always going to be differences between these things that have to be worked out based on the specific circumstances of that employment.
Sure.
I mean, that'd be my guess.
Sure.
My position.
The role, it is for, I mean, under capitalism, right? We can accept capitalism for now, for the sake of this discussion. It is the responsibility of an employer or a union on behalf of the employers to negotiate these things. Things like Medicare for all, a $15 minimum wage, and gives those that party more bargaining power and just like a better place coming into the negotiations. I don't know. If you're
there's just a good faith argument to be had that does that specifically. Does that solve all the problems we want and not generate more
there's
than
an
it
argument
fixes?
to be there's an argument to be had. I come down on the side that like, okay, we've got the gig economy, we got high employment but high underemployment, lots of people having to work multiple jobs, lots of people like being underemployed working jobs that don't pay enough to live on. The solution, that seems to be a situation in which the employers have all the power, right? They've got all the workers they want, but they have them working for no benefits at really low wages. That seems like a situation in which the employers are the ones with all the advantages. And so it would seem like a good idea to pass reforms that, balance the scales.
For situations like that, sure, I'm definitely sympathetic to causes like that.
That's my opinion. I didn't think this would go on for this long, but anyway, hope Bernie wins on Super Tuesday, guys.
Well,
I suppose
everyone will know what's happened by the time they're listening to this.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what people think.
No, this is going to be great. This is going to be great because this episode's going to go up on next Friday, right? So that's
correct.
like when RadCon starts. So we can go directly into Ben either celebrating or raging about this very topic mere hours after this airs.
Yeah, let's address that. By the time when you're hearing this, we're half an hour in, give or take. Like 2 hours after this goes live, we check in at 4 p.m. into the RadCon 4 Paradise House, and we'll be kicking off the festivities, probably with a live stream as fast as possible on that day. That's the plan for me anyway. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on there.
Hey, Tom, our flight is on Friday morning?
I believe so.
I think you told me, Ben, that you were getting in around the same time as me, which I thought was around noon. But correct me if I'm wrong.
On Friday, though, right?
On Friday, yeah.
Okay.
On the 6th.
I gotta get... I'm nervous.
You gotta get your shit together is
I
what
do
you gotta
have
do,
to get-
Ben.
I do
All right,
have
Ben,
to get
poster
my shit
update.
together.
Status. What's the deal? How are we doing?
Wasn't yesterday the deadline for people to get their pictures in?
Okay, that's true, Ben. But as you and I
Well,
discussed,
no, I didn't
there's tons
start
you
it
could have
before
done.
the deadline.
You know, before having every single person in. And there, by the way, there are 3 outliers. It's literally too late if you're hearing this and you didn't already respond. But I tried so many ways to reach those last few people. I'm sorry, but fuck you if you just didn't. What else can I say?
Yeah,
we'll do our best. We'll put like a blank, empty thing with like your initials or something on there. I don't know, and you'll get your fucking credit. Fuck you.
I'm surprised there's only 3. I figured there would be more.
They trickled in. Oh, and you know what? Good news. One of the 3 is Riddle My Ass Batman. So let's just slap Batman in there with a confused look on his face.
Yeah,
Boom,
okay.
done. That one's covered. But the other 2.
Or wait, he'd be the Riddler, right?
Well, he is in fact Batman. Wait.
No, he's Riddle My Ass Batman is the Riddler.
No, Batman is one of his characters.
He talks.
He's
got
to be some sort of
He's
fusion.
both Batman and the Riddler.
Yeah, I guess
No.
you'll have to figure something out.
He's the
there.
Riddler, and he says, "Riddle my ass, Batman."
He is the Riddler.
Yes.
You're right. He just.
But he
I don't know
also
why I've been thinking him.
speaks as Batman.
Well, he's not the
Yeah,
same
but
guy
he's
when he
just
does
playing
that.
a
He's
character.
two characters.
He's 2 characters.
That's true.
I think
I'll
the
just-
true
whatever, I'll just
core
co-
of Riddle My Ass Batman is the ass, I think.
I'll just draw him as a weird composite of the 2. It's fine.
Sounds good. And the other 2, I mean, I'll reach out to them one last time, but they're fucked. But you, Ben, here's Inside Baseball. We did the math. You have until the end of March 4th to get that done. That's when Munchie needs it to print it. If not, we will lose several $100s in printing costs, which we'd like to avoid if possible.
Yes,
So,
I know about that. I know. About
Okay,
that.
okay,
I'm actually gonna start it like today after this very recording.
Sounds
Hell
good.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. Oh, and you know what I discovered? I've long regretted. I was looking at like the Shovel Knight Kickstarter, for example, and I was like, oh, they've got like a cool banner behind their thing at the top. How do we do that? Because I didn't think it was possible. Turns out, once you have a successful Kickstarter, you can go in and edit like the image behind the top of your Kickstarter page. I never did it for RadCon 3, but for RadCon 4, I want to put that poster art once it's there behind it in big, glorious, artistry, so everybody can see. So there's further motivation to
I didn't realize our Kickstarter became an art piece once it was successful.
Yeah, only after it succeeds. But yeah, I guess so.
That's pretty silly.
I got to tell you, to this very day, I finally sat down and I have been building an outline of my Nate's mysterious, unnamed lecture that I'll be doing. But I have a basic framework for it. I've been going over the details. I think it's going to be meaty. I think it's going to be juicy. I can see where meme potential lies. A lot of those things just emerge as they come up naturally, so I can't predict everything. But lot of epic memery, and I can't wait to point out all the little minutia that I care about that nobody else does about this particular thing. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be like a live... You know what? I was going to say something that's spoily, but I just won't say it. I just won't say it after all. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun, and I can't wait.
Yes, God, Radcon 4 is so close. It's so nerve-wracking. I always get that sort of that anxiety.
I get those coronavirus shakes. It's weird whenever I fly. You know,
Ben, I'm gonna bring masks for us for when we have to go to Logan, so we don't die.
Not a bad idea.
There has been a case of coronavirus in Boston, Lamau.
Oh,
I saw that article like a month ago, and I was like, Ben, what did you do?
And I mean, the odds are extremely likely it came through Logan Airport, wouldn't you say?
I mean, it's almost
probably,
like 100%, like absolutely.
So the whole place is infected.
Yeah,
maybe.
So
could be around there.
I can't wait for Radcon 5 coronavirus as we infect all of you.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Radcon 5. It'll be like the eclipse, and
there'll be no Radcon 5. We'll all be dead.
Maybe one of us will die in the eclipse, or not. I'm already thinking of Radcon 5, and like the artistry we use for it. We call it Radcon 5: The Eclipse, and it's 5 of us have been infected with the coronavirus, like the 5 God Hand from Berserk, and one of us guts, me, I'll say, is still alive. While the 5 of you attempt to murder me with your deadly disease. Excellent theming, Nate. Well done. I'm jotting this down.
All right, I'm ready.
There will also be a rape, a famous rape that goes down in the annals of history.
Okay.
The annals of history.
The annals of history. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You know, I was
on brand to the end.
brand. It's perfect. That'll be the OVA, the rape scene that'll go on Pornhub for that one. You know, I was just thinking earlier today. I was musing to myself and put it in the chat that I was just looking at the numbers, and obviously we couldn't have really predicted things 100% the way they came out. But now that we know like how much interest that there is in a Radcon, I was just thinking of like old plans. I was thinking of like a Radcon 5. I'm like, with $20,000 to $30,000, that's gotta be like in the realm of actually being able to make an actual like rad convention possible, as in renting out a location. I mean, with $30,000, that has to be enough to rent a place for like a few days, maybe, I don't know,
$30,000. That's almost enough to pay off my student loans.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? We just got to do a couple more of these, and
yeah.
I mean,
the pain.
30,000 is like going somewhat to plane tickets and accommodation for us as well.
Well,
so
that's
we wouldn't have
true.
an entire 30. I mean, I don't expect. Well, maybe actually. I guess if there was like Radcon ticket, like you buy a ticket and then you can come to the thing. What the hell would we do? I have no idea.
I mean,
just
stand there on the flip
stage.
side. Well, I mean, obviously, lots of plans would be there. I mean, the number one thing would be live lectures. I mean, I feel like the lectures could just be at least experimented upon
in front of a crowd,
in front of an actual crowd. Yeah,
we could do. We could do people like the Game Grumps or like Chapo Trap House or whatever. They do like or I think the Dick Show does this or whatever. They do live episodes, right?
Remember when we did the Horsecast live at BronyCon and stuff? It
was great.
It'd be just like, I mean, it's basically like a PCP live. It'd be the same.
It's
same
exactly,
kind of thing.
and it's just we just fucking chat on stage in front of a crowd.
I think like with that stuff, some lectures, like I don't know, we could do. We've all got shows. Like we could do a fucking Content episode live, a Podcast live. Like there's definitely stuff we could fill the roster out with.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I think it's totally doable. It's just a matter of organization and a little bit of funding.
We have I mean, we have the how much would renting like a theater cost?
I mean,
like
it depends on the venue, right?
Maybe a couple thousand. I bet we could get a decent place with an audience for like a couple thousand, or even we could rent like the stage at like a bar or something and just like fill up the bar.
That's true. I mean, I think realistically, based on our Radcon 3 or Radcon 4 earnings, like if we just got a humble $20,000, I think that would be more than enough to cover like all of our flights out and like renting a reasonably small space for like a day or two to do stuff within. That's my initial guess.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
The problem is
we could sell tickets, Ben. Think of the profits. Think of the profits.
Well, I mean, the only problem is I think our audience is small enough that I don't know
like
if
they'd fund it, but there wouldn't be tons of outside people maybe would buy tickets after or something.
Yeah, like our audience is dispersed enough that I don't think we could go to like New York and there's like a sizable contingent of PCP fans specifically in New York, for example, who would
the solution to that problem is we all need to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. But we don't do that. We actually do act like we know each other. So we all get more famous, and then we sell this thing, and we get everybody who even likes us a little bit to come to our rare public appearances.
I mean,
this is my thought process.
Sounds pretty cool. It's just
let me just go do that. Let me just go be famous.
Selling tickets in a specific area seems like it would be tough.
I mean, certainly possible.
Let's go to the moon. Let's go to the moon for RadCon 5.
I mean, we know. I mean, one of the things.
How much is a fucking rocket?
We could just pay one of those guys to stand out on the street and give out flyers like, "Hey, you guys want to see a comedy show later tonight?
That sounds funny.
It's gonna be really funny."
I mean, I think there's tons of stuff we could do with it. But one of the things that got me thinking was just, the reality that, like, whether we intended it or not, many people, or at least several people, are straight up flying out to come just to hang out at the one appearance that we're doing at fucking, RadCon. Oh, and by the way, we decided on a location to meet up. If you haven't seen any updates, we're going to meet at the Poseidon statue in Virginia Beach. So if you're hearing this on the 14th, that's where it will be. There will be updates out there, but in the link in the show notes, we'll put like the actual Google coordinates so you know exactly how to get there. So there you go.
I would suggest if you are maybe not in the, if you're coming out to the meetup, but you're not like a big backer in the the PTA server.
Yeah.
I would say maybe just join the regular PCP server. We'll probably be updating people there, like where the meetup is and what's going on and stuff.
For sure.
If you want to like follow along, like make sure you're abreast of like where we're moving to and
and just for the times and whatnot. So Poseidon statue, link below to exactly where it is. It's well known. It's famous in Virginia Beach. And it's at 2 p.m. on March 14th. That's where we will be on that day.
The Poseidon's okay.
Yep.
Sick. Cool.
That's the real shit. Beautiful. I don't know what we'll do, but it's on the beach. We're gonna go hang out and we'll figure some stuff out.
We'll probably fuck around on the beach. Maybe go get food. Maybe move to a bar or something.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Just hanging out with my boys.
Just fucking around.
Just fucking. We're just gonna fuck on the beach.
Yeah.
Let's all bring our signs that say #JustFucking and then walk around.
Just fucking.
Just fucking.
That's a new T-shirt. Just fucking.
I'm just fucking. Not bad. Okay, not bad. This could be good.
Sick. Buy a PCP T-shirt and
please, God,
and,
just
and
be
so
cool.
we know who you are when you get there.
Oh, that would be true. Wear mark a distinction. I saw some of our backers wearing like I Am Games T-shirts.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you got fucking the famous Gibb shirts, the Brop.
No,
I don't know, some BGE shit, some Ben stuff.
Cool. Wear a Ben Saint shirt. Wear a Ben Saint Heart shirt. Wear a Yang shirt. Wear one of my Yang shirts or my Lisa 2020 shirts or my Feel the Burn shirts.
I've got to put out a call to anybody who's there, any of the Nate heads. We have to band together and defeat the Bens once and for all. Ben heads? I guess they're Ben heads. Yeah.
Saint
no,
heads,
none of this
God
crossover
heads.
cop killer stuff. If you choose to be a Ben head as well, that's fine. But we need to do glorious battle and settle this once and for all.
I will kill all my
Will Ben's
supporters.
cowardly tactics defeat the godlike Adonises that are the Nate heads? There's only one way to find out. We'll settle it. They're on the beach.
We'll settle it in Smash.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good. So any of you guys been doing any, I was saying before, I don't think I finished my point. Oh, no, okay, I did. Just like how excited I am, specifically for my lecture, because I've been going over the details and getting it all ready.
I'm nervous about my
I'm a little
lectures.
nervous.
I need to, not only do I need to finish my, the art work, I need to reread all of the JDR's comics. I need to make notes. I need to
the research
snuck up on me. I'm kind of fucked up about that. I can't bring my computer, like I can't bring my tablet or anything. So I'm gonna be. I guess I just have to save a bunch of like important info to my phone and bring that with me, or put it in a Google Drive account or something. I'm gonna be really limited in the stuff I can do at RadCon. Like I'll barely be able to draw.
Maybe we should,
rap a little bit
about some of these things. I mean, like, I was thinking that, like, it'd be cool to have, I mean, not like a PowerPoint thing, but I was thinking if I could have, like, visual aids with me, that might be cool. So, like, should I, like, maybe print things out ahead of time? I don't know, but maybe some discussion could be had about like, is there any kind of projector technology we could use, or I don't want to overcomplicate things.
Well,
but,
I mean,
don't
you've
know.
done lectures before. I'm nervous because I haven't, and I have no
Sure.
idea how it would come together. But like, surely all you need is notes and maybe to have thought about how you would structure it before you start speaking.
Yeah.
You know, when I, like, my Final Fantasy one I was a little scared for because I hadn't prepared as much for that. Like, the Kingdom Hearts one, I literally did no prep work, and it was not an issue at all. I just knew everything,
Well, yeah.
and it was great. And that's probably why it was good. But, like, for the
Yeah.
one I'm doing now, I also know very well. But, like, I was nervous this morning, but then I sat down for, like, half an hour and busted out an outline. And now that I just have that much, I feel way more confident. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
now I know what I'm doing. That's all it took, just a few minutes.
I think that'll be like. I should remember that like it's actually really helpful having you guys there, having the little crowd there to like ask questions.
Yeah,
and
it is.
stuff.
It is.
It helps it all flow smoothly. Helps you not forget anything. Helps you like go off on funny tangents and stuff. Makes it entertaining. So yeah, it's
true.
Probably if I had to go up there and just kind of give it like off the cuff, it would probably come out like okay, decent. I want like a set of notes in front of me that I can flip through and be like, oh yes, and here's my
Underrated
basic
aspect
outline.
of the lectures is how much the audience, us specifically, who know each other so well and are pretty funny, contribute to it and enhance the experience, since we also generally know these things.
It's true.
So that's why you're Tom, Dick, and Harry pretender. I know you people trying to do your lectures. The problem is that your audience is full of shitters. You got to get some red-pilled MGTOWs in that audience, some real elites to bring the real
Man,
shit.
When is the fucking RFCK lecture going to come out?
I
Seriously.
don't know.
Like
I
a month
don't
and a
know.
half ago.
That
I
was
guess
supposed
Ethan,
to be out before the goddamn RadCon starts. You've got
Well-
4 fucking days or 5 days.
I hoped it would. I didn't know. I guess Ethan was working on the stealing your dads, and
Yeah,
I don't know if
fair.
he's started working on the RFCK lecture yet. But I want it so bad.
Don't even bother with
It's-
over editing it. The whole point of a lecture is it's just simple. And,
Well,
and the
You know that's right,
commentary
Tom, but you know what I'm
carries
going to
it
do?
all.
Visual aids, visual aid, like in the Tales Gets Trolled lecture, I threw up images of like the characters I was talking about, and I do think that is helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I
always
did that with
regretted
Guilty Gear
not
as
doing
well.
that.
But like,
That's
all in
I
post.
wish
It's
I
not
wish in
long.
Sonichu lecture, if I had like when I talk about the chaotic combo, like I showed like what they look
Yeah,
like on the screen. It would make it funnier.
A little goes a long way, and I regret
Yeah.
not doing that for mine. And actually, some people like have, especially for the Kingdom Hearts one dude like remade and re-edited it with visual aids to help. And he and I
pretty
talked
good.
about like how I felt about him uploading it. We came to an agreement. But
that's pretty
this
good.
for the next one I will be adding visual aids, 100%, no doubt about it. It's gonna make it better.
Always got to add those visual aids.
I'm glad
Action
somebody
giraffe?
made. I'm glad somebody made for you a Kingdom Hearts lecture 1.5. That's pretty great.
Indeed, it's true.
Other thing, I was thinking I've got to do my lecture, writing. But
Yep.
instead today, I did some of my lyrics for the diss track.
Oh,
Right,
God.
right. That's
Which
coming
I
along.
made.
Oh God, I have to do those.
yeah,
Oh, no.
that is
You have to think about
unironically
it.
the thing I'm most afraid of.
We
think
all
it'll be
gotta, once
fine.
some people start busting out their lyrics, I was thinking of mine a little bit today as well. Like, there's not too much any of us individually has to do to get that ready, but so I
it's
think it'll
only
be
a
like
few
less
bars
intimidating.
each.
Yeah, that's right.
Really, the thing I was figuring out is like, how does this fit into bars? I don't have like a natural rapping understanding, so I was like tapping my foot or like slapping my knee and being like, okay, so this is the first beat, and then I say like this, and then it's like that's how many beats, how many bars is that? Oh God, it's 3. It's not enough. I need to add another line. So I was like figuring that out in the Google Doc by like having a line of lyrics and then a line underneath, like 1, 2, 3, 4, to find out where the beat lands on like what syllable, and that helps me realize like, because like I've had problems before when I've tried to rap for anything. It's like I write lyrics and I don't know how many syllables in a lyric goes into one bar or like 4
How did
beats.
it go? It was like, yo, it's Diamond Tiara, and she's here to say, I love being rich. If you're not, you're gay, or something like that. What a
Yeah,
legendary
something-
line.
Yeah, I started
in
my
the show
career with
notes.
that one. But yeah, the lyrics
Oh, remember how Ben drew the gangster give and take pony for that legendary moment?
Wait, did I do a rap?
Yeah, Ben did
Forgot
that,
about
remember?
that.
Remember drawing
What
Gangster
the
Gib?
fuck? Did I ever
remember.
sing a rap at anyone? That's impossible. That can't be happened.
Once upon a time, I did draw a gangster give and take. It's true. That is
I think I still have that.
He's a blood.
fact of history.
God damn.
Speaking of music, briefly, did any of you see the song I posted on Twitter? That I was very embarrassed and scared about posting because I didn't feel like it was good enough. And then people said it's fine.
I have not seen it.
I'll get a link. It'll be in the show notes.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
How you feeling about it?
I feel like, it was pretty good. I wanted to make music for years and years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've made a few acoustic things before on a Bandcamp, and I've never been comfortable putting lyrics to them or thinking about song structure. I really just, like, all I know is guitar really well, so I just stick to that, and I don't bother with anything else, which means that if I ever try to, like, play with other instruments, it's like I can't record them. But now that I have an iPad and I've got GarageBand, it's a lot easier to just make a little beat that I can play along to. And so I made a song, and I was like, this is it. This is the time where I finally made an entire song that has more than just guitar in it.
Hey.
And maybe now all I need to add is lyrics. And I couldn't think of any, so I mumbled a bunch, and I thought it was disgusting and disgraceful and the worst thing you could ever make. And I was going to kill myself, and so I posted it.
You know what? Yeah, I didn't even know this for the longest time. Apparently everybody knows this, but like I'm a big fan of Elton John. And I think he's fucking sick, and I love all his shit. But like, I just found out when there was talk about his documentary or whatever, like the movie based on it, whatever. It wasn't a real documentary. That like he just doesn't write any of his own lyrics. And he just like has a guy he's worked with like forever. And I've always attributed like everything good about Elton John's music, like specifically to Elton John, even though that's incredibly naive. People work with tons of like studio musicians and other collaborators, etc. But like I was always like, oh, kooky, wacko, like lyrics for fucking what the fuck is Leave On even about? I don't know. But like some dude just like writes all the lyrics because Elton John just like hates doing it. And I'm just like, God, I need more people in my life who I can like offload the things I don't specifically like doing to. And like everybody should. It's highly efficient.
It's a very
moves the process
effective
along.
method.
Yeah.
Like to surround yourself by people who can do things. Like David Bowie was all about finding people who can do the things he can't and working with them to make so many great songs and albums. But it was always his thing because he was always organizing it. But like, how much of anything is like a David Bowie? It's really just depends on who's doing the instrument part. But it's not like to take away anything from what he's done because they wouldn't have done it if he didn't ask them to. You know.
By the way, that reminds me. Michelle was watching some of like JoJo Part 2.
He's the hussy. He's the hussy for his own now. He's the executive producer.
Exactly.
He's got the creative control. He's the one making the final calls.
In a word, producer is the right word, I suppose. Yeah. But like that reminds me, just the other day, I mean, Michelle was watching like JoJo Part 2, and it reminded me that like one of the plot points of JoJo Part 2 is like there's the Red Stone of Aja, or Asia, as it's sometimes translated wrongly. And like everything in JoJo is a musical reference. And that one, the Red Stone of Aja, is a reference to the album Aja by Steely Dan. And like that got me like listening to Steely Dan music or something. And then like one of the YouTube recommended was just a documentary on the making of Aja featuring Steely Dan. And Steely Dan is actually like a weird band that emerged out of like this weird like New York bubble that like these two guys whose name I totally forget like merged into some other band. I mean, all these things start weirdly, but like they merged into this other band. They completely took it over from the inside, and then like as they evolved as a band, they just dropped like many of like the original members and like moved on, continually evolved the band. And like when they got to like they stopped touring for like 20 years or something. Well, they just, because they hated it, they just wanted to make music. And then like they got to this album, Aja, and it was entirely made with like just these two guys who produced it. And like every other person on the album was like a set musician that had like, some of them were part of the old band or whatever, but like just totally unrelated. And it's just these two guys who just sat down. They're like fucking English majors from, I don't know, like Bard University or something. So they're big like intellectual boys. And they just banished like many of their bandmates and just chose exactly the people they needed to get like the exact bits and pieces of songs they wanted from these different musicians with different talents. And like even on some of the albums, there's like none of them even except like the lead vocals from like the one lead vocal guy or something. It was just fascinating and just such a radically different way. Like when I make YouTube videos, I feel like such a weird, I don't know, like urge to have everything be me. Like I need everything I upload to be like 100% Nate, or it like feels wrong somehow. And I'm currently getting over that, working with an editor, as I've done a couple times in the past. It's always like felt weird, and I'm improving on it. But like, God, that's just obviously the right way to like expand yourself and grow outward as a edit boy or a fucking creator of any kind. It was a very interesting watch, and I'm learning a lot from these like professional people out there. Also, it was fascinating just to see how like an album is made in the fucking back room or whatever. Shout out to you, Davu. Steely Dan, pretty cool band.
So I was recording. Last night I recorded my end of the month like patron Q&A podcast thing, and I had to go on a long tangent because Bevan asked about Slime and Punishment and about like what Christine had Christine Weston Chandler, creator of Sonichu the Electric Hedgehog Pokemon,
of course,
had said. So I read out all of the things she had messaged me about, like, hey, this is what happens in your story.
Okay.
And it was exhausting.
I got like that much to
it was so much. It was exhausting and frustrating, and I got kind of fed up reading it. And I don't know. It's all a secret. It's all secrets. But I talked about it there. And
Ben's hiding canon, true Sonichu lore behind his paywall for
true.
people to go and discover.
But
how calculating.
But I bring up Slime and Punishment because I've got a couple of people who are contributing to the finale. Sixton's gonna make some music, I think. Smearg is gonna make some cool visual things. Shadok, you know Shadok, the guy, or I don't know if he's a guy.
Name's familiar.
Homestuck. He did some Homestuck animation.
He did Retrieval animated way back.
Yeah, that's right.
Way back, I say, reminiscing on the good old days.
Wait, did he actually contribute to real Homestuck as well? Is that the?
No, he does a lot of Homestuck fan stuff.
Oh, okay. But he's really good, as I recall.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Also contributing some things.
And now he's a big Endless Warhead.
Yeah, nice.
And I'm gonna be. I don't know. Hopefully after RadCon, I'll have all that, and I'll be able to put it together. I've been putting together shots. I've been compositing shots. I've been making some really nice little
shots,
like, images, and putting it in Vegas and like making things move around. Like, how does this look? How does that look? Very, very excited to be working on that. Kind of mad, kind of frustrated that RadCon has to be now when I would like to be finishing Slime and Punishment, but it's okay.
Fair.
It's fine. I'll do it.
I feel a little bit the same about the Lord of Ghosts comic, because the days leading up to it, I'm like, I've got things I need to figure out and sort out and make, and it's anxiousifying. I can't really spend so many hours drawing, so I've just sort of stopped production on chapter 4, and I'll pick it up later.
Yep. I feel I've got to right now. I've got to drop everything and make notes for my lectures, and I guess write this fucking rap verse. And I have to pack. Hey, should I bring the Oculus Rift?
Oh God, I want to use it, but can we? Will we have the opportunity or like the equipment
it needs
necessary?
to plug into a computer, right? I don't think any will. Maybe Digi will have a computer.
Did you guys see my legendary fucking absolutely slaying at like whatever it is, like Beat Saber, that I posted on Twitter?
Yeah,
that fucking crab song. I wanna like that was on easy mode. I want to do it on fucking extreme and kick the shit out of that song. It was fucking sick.
I haven't used the Oculus in a pretty long time. I kind of. Econ was telling me I should get Beat Saber. It does look like maybe it's fun.
It's fucking. I mean, I had a great time. If you play songs you actually like, then it's
setting up, especially because my room is small. Like setting up to use the Oculus is like an involved process every single time.
For RadCon, I'm willing to commit to it. Like if we have the ability.
I'm talking about just in my house.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, if anyone thinks we can use the Oculus, I'll bring it. Like,
okay, let's discuss
I don't know
that.
if we can. Like, I'm bringing my laptop, but that
if
can't run Oculus games.
If Digi is planning on bringing his like actual PC, then probably we could use it, and I would bring.
I mean, his PC will be like an hour away, so even if he
but I
doesn't
mean, he's
initially,
gonna be
it's
driving
like 20
his
minutes
car.
away, basically. But
yeah, I'm just saying, like, if he doesn't initially, we can say like, hey, we're gonna do a thing. Bring your computer, and he'll be like, okay.
I would
and then
love
he'll
to.
go.
I would love to stream some of that shit. That would be fantastic. And we could probably set up a green screen, and I don't know, do all kinds of crazy stuff. Digi's got at least his little green screen. We could use, I'm sure.
Okay.
Potential.
Yeah.
Good potential there. Would love to do it.
You'll find out in an hour and change, probably, when
You
our
sure
live
will.
stream starts, if we actually follow through with any of these plans at all.
We're gonna 100% green screen us out of RadCon completely.
That's right. When you're hearing this, we will be in Virginia for RadCon.
Not me.
Oh my God, we've been recording roughly 2 hours. So like we've been recording 1 hour. So in 1 hour, give or take, for if you started this the moment it released, that's when we'll be there. I'm keeping an eye on the clock. This is amusing for me.
I'll be like in the middle of the
Atlantic?
Ocean? Pacific, Atlantic, Atlantic Ocean. And I'll be, I was thinking if I can't think of anything, I have like for the lecture, I have like 14 hours or whatever in the air that I could type away. So I got time to make stuff.
That's true.
It'll be possible for me. I won't have I won't be able to like look at anything on the internet because fucking airplanes suck. The Wi-Fi sucks. Even when they have Wi-Fi, even when it's free, it sucks.
And you guys know me. I've been very concerned about managing our time to make sure we get everything done. I'm pretty happy with like how much stuff's like set up for each day. It's given us plenty of room. And like, let's not forget that like the raw creative energy when you're at RadCon is really kicked up a serious fucking degree. So good ideas may just fall out of the sky.
When I think now about like, what am I even gonna do at RadCon? It's like, I didn't have a plan last time. We just get there and we figure it out, and we're all having a good time, and it takes care of itself.
I mean, I was like hyped for RadCon, but then I started watching some RadCon 3 content, some of like the behind the scenes stuff, because I never really looked through all that until it was linked in the RadCon 4 Discord a few days ago. And I was like, oh, I'll take a gander at this, and I got super fucking hype. It all came rushing back, and my dick was rock hard, and I was ready. I was like, fucking, I gotta go right now. I gotta go to the beach right now.
Here's a little, babe, I don't know if people heard about this, but here's one of the things that you missed out. Although you can still technically buy it on Gumroad if you want to play $11.11. There's a link somewhere, I think, to the behind the scenes footage. There's like one of the videos someone just posted as like, this was fucking hype, like in the PJ thing, was when Ben and I just busted out like the Judas song from Jesus Christ Superstar. And then like the camera pans up and Digi from the window up above starts singing out as well. And we all just fucking joined in. That was just a little thing, not planned, but I mean, great backer footage for just backer people.
That was right when we picked up Ben, and we had to record the episode in like 5 minutes, and so you guys spent 10 minutes singing Jesus Christ
I didn't
Superstar.
even remember that.
And we were late, but it didn't matter because the internet was dead. So we ended up being like hours
late. It took us like hours to get it working anyway, right?
I relived the whole week in these playlists, and it was glorious.
That's the good shit.
I can't wait for the internet to fuck up again. It's gonna be a good time.
I'm gonna bring my shitty camcorder because it's just easy to open and record.
Yeah,
someone needs to, so we can have more Dan Soft Toilet Seat-esque misadventures.
I gotta find my.
Can you imagine
my fucking GoPro?
Just imagine the horror if we get to this place and there's all soft toilet seats again.
Oh no, it can't be.
We didn't ask the question. That would have been a deal breaker.
Soft garlic seats.
Here's oh god, they'll team up. They'll do a DBZ fusion. It reminds me. I'm wondering because I don't remember. I checked this. How many bathrooms there are at this place? Because it's not like a huge house like last time. I hope there's at least 3, but I guess we'll find out. There's always the ocean if you need to go piss.
That's true.
So that's always there.
Group piss round 2 in the ocean. What?
Unironically, I
Yeah,
mean, people suggested that, and I think it's a
sounds about right.
fantastic idea. What if we do it during sunset?
No. I was
Why
only
not?
okay with the
Why
group
not?
piss in the snow.
Don't be a square.
Yeah.
What, you some
Because-
sort of bitch?
What the
Some
fuck?
sort of
Because
gay?
I wasn't getting like piss coming from everyone else like coalescing around us. That's gross.
Oh, it's just,
Oh,
You
get
stand
the
far
fuck
enough
out
apart.
of here.
It's fine. Oh my
Again,
god.
Yeah,
we're literally
come
going to be coming
on.
off the Radcon 4 gangbang. So, like, if you're going to get stingy, fucking uptight about this, I mean, you rethink your priorities, buddy.
Delicious.
nah.
No. I mean, some people suggested that. I mean, I think imagine it's sunset. We're all glowing. The six of us, the gods of the beach.
I bought a little like elastic like black lace sort of like a mini skirt like tutu. I think,
Gross.
to wear over whatever bathing suit I end up getting. Me and Munchie and some people after the Bernie rally yesterday, we went to the garment district to buy bathing suits, and it turns out they don't carry them this time of year. So I
Right.
still have to find one.
Lol.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
awesome.
Makes sense.
Close.
Yeah, I'm going on Amazon. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get mine,
I ordered
like,
mine
today or
last
something.
night. I'm really terrified.
Are you ordering it like to go to your house, or are you ordering it to go to the Radcon?
I have
house?
Amazon Prime, so it'll get here like tomorrow.
Ah, shit.
I ordered mine
fuck.
weeks ago.
Well,
That was wise.
good
That was
for
wise.
you.
I'm not worried. I'll have plenty of stuff. If I need to, I'll just go out on the town and find something.
Yeah.
But
If it
I
doesn't
have some
work,
things in mind.
I'll just get a different size and I'll ship it to Digi's house instead. And it'll be there,
Yep.
ready for my shame.
See, that's the thing. I'm okay like looking completely terribly embarrassing, but I don't like having pee from other men around me. I don't like other men's pee. You know what I'm saying? You ever get that feeling where you don't like other men's pee? That's me
I
right
don't.
now.
I can't relate. Frankly, I cannot relate to that.
I guess I'm in the minority here. That's fine.
Indeed. Ooh, you know that image of like the small white lady with all like the black guys behind her in the couch? Imagine it's Gib in front, but like all of us are peeing. We are peeing, facing the other direction. Yeah.
There
That's
we go. Beautiful.
That's the situation.
One thing I can't wait to do is play video games. I don't want to play video games all day.
Yeah.
We got.
Yeah,
I think
nah.
I might have. Did I already mention this before? That like Jade Moreau and I think a bunch of other people were telling me I think a lot of people's favorite PCP video ever is the monkey game.
Ape Escape.
Ape Escape.
Oh, the Super Bowl.
The monkey
No,
game.
Ape Escape. Right,
the
right,
5-hour
okay.
like full Let's Play of Ape Escape.
Right.
This is good content.
What video game consoles are we gonna have there?
PS3.
Yeah.
We know that.
We were talking about that. We're obviously going to have a ton of Switches. I'm going to bring my
I'm
Switch.
going to bring my Switch. I mean, if somebody else is bringing theirs, that's fine. But we got to have Smash. Got to have Ultimate available
Oh
for playing.
god, I'm so fucking bad at video games.
Yeah, me
I don't
too.
want to play them.
You don't want to
It's
play 1v1 against
embarrassing.
Munchie again?
I'm gonna have my PS3 with Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, the exclusive game that you can't buy anymore.
That's so weird. Was that like because of copyright shit?
Yeah, because it was Universal or whatever. Universal is
Yeah.
famous for ruining video games. They had their claws in Spyro and Crash, and so for the PlayStation 2 they said, Naughty Dog, Insomniac, sorry, fuck you. We're gonna get some real cheap pieces of shit to make the next bunch of games, which is why those franchises fell into disrepair.
I had no idea. Fascinating. Fascinating.
Universal Studios Productions, Crash Bandicoot 3, and then like Crash Bandicoot 4 was okay, but it was just
If
it was
those
not
guys
good.
ever get into Smash,
good.
I will definitely work that piece of lore into the Crash confirmed or Spyro confirmed video.
Hell yeah.
Universal is universally terrible.
Universal bad.
Dang.
Right.
Thanks for watching this hypocrite review of
That
Crash.
was my big comeback.
Yeah. Done and done.
I don't know whether I should bring Hippo himself.
Do it.
Of course you should bring Hippo. Of course you should bring.
I don't
Why
know
wouldn't you?
because he's dealing with something in the old endless mud.
Well, okay. I mean, if he's busy, fair enough. I certainly want to bring Action Giraffe. He's ready to travel. He's ready to go.
Hippo could do like another. They could do like another Animal Cast together. Remember
They
that?
should. Of course. Who could
Radcon
forget?
2 is
They
such
should do
a
it.
long time ago. Radcon 1, I don't even remember.
Radcon 2, 3 years ago. Radcon 1, like about 3.5 years ago. Because we did
3
Radcon
years
2
ago in a
fast
few
after.
months. It was
Yeah.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What
we
even
really
happened in
cranked him out
Radcon
back
1?
then.
What?
We sure did.
Wasn't Radcon 1 basically just like an accident? Like we didn't mean to do it. It just kind of turned out that way.
No. We decided
because we knew
to
that we
meet
didn't
up.
want to go to BronyCon anymore, so we just decided to
go
meet up.
Go to Digi's house.
Was Radcon 1 like right when me and Devu moved into Digi's house?
I believe
that was
Oh,
it,
that was
right?
like the impetus for it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
Because
right.
wasn't
And then
at
we all
Radcon
decided.
1.
You weren't?
I was not at Radcon 1, no.
What? God, I don't remember that at all. Okay, it was a long time
I
ago.
know. It was not a full cast.
Oh yeah.
That's
Radcon
true.
2 introduced Tom, Jeff, and Munchie.
And Munchie.
Munchie wasn't there.
Yeah.
And that was the second one was the year we did the lectures. So what even happened in the first one?
Nothing.
Wait, you weren't there either, Gib?
No, I was there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, you were there, yeah. Well, Ben's lecture was from Radcon 1. That's probably the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I don't remember anything.
that was the only lecture at the time, right? Nobody
Yeah,
else.
it was because like Digi had said like, Ben, please do a lecture, and you were like, will do.
Yeah. Strange.
And it was a good idea.
It worked out. And then
What's the views that's sitting at?
Let's do
Is
that.
it
That worked
1.1
out.
million yet? 1.2?
How many views?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Sonichu lecture. It is at why isn't it? It is at
Patreon.
No,
Lol.
it's just over 1 million.
Okay. Well, hey, nonetheless, don't let your memes be dreams, kids.
Definitely not.
Get your
Bad
views.
idea. Although if you count the ones
Hashtag get yo views,
if you count the ones on the
kids.
360-degree classroom, that's another 100K.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, what was the meme I said before? Was it hashtag just fucking? Was that the one?
Yeah,
Should I-
just fucking.
Okay.
Should
Don't want to let that one
should
slip
I
away.
bring all my like Copic markers and stuff? Should I bring like art supplies?
That depends on what you and the Draw Boys want to do, which I
true.
am not a member of. That's Cabal, so I don't know.
I'm bringing my iPad, obviously.
I mean, yeah, I could bring. I have so many fucking Copics that I never use. I like having
Bring 'em, dude.
but I don't
Fucking-
draw
fuck it.
traditionally enough. Maybe we could do something with. I don't know. I'll toss them in my duffel. I need a bag. I do not have a bag. I need to like borrow or steal a duffel bag from someone.
Lol.
I'm looking at the
I'm sure it could be
the
done.
first video in the Radcon 2016 playlist, The Arrival of Ben Saint. Top comment: this is like watching the Avengers. The Avengers assemble.
It's exactly like
Adorable.
that.
Well, it's like watching like the Avengers of like like baby Avengers or like baby
Muppet
DC.
Babies.
Yeah, like Muppet Babies.
Yeah, it's like the Muppet Baby like it's them, but they're babies at the time, and
They got.
now
I'm
we're
looking at the playlist.
juiced
It's
up.
like we've got the PCP Live 360 camera. We've got Japanese.
Yeah, right.
We've got Japanese niggers. A bunch of
course.
vlogs.
disavow.
a few Digi spin the crunchy roulette with people, and then the 20-man Royal Rumble. And yeah, the lecture podcast. That's it. Oh, and a bunch of Let's Plays.
That was humble beginnings. I mean, nothing we do now is so much more complicated. We just do more, and we like try to generate more footage, like because it's a Kickstarter and stuff now.
Yeah.
Like we did with Radcon 3. So it's just like amped up, but it's pretty much the same shit.
Oh, very exciting. Very high.
My favorite comment is still: imagine paying these guys $34,000 to go on
I
vacation.
can't.
Thanks, buddy.
I can't believe it.
Everyone in real life I talk to about Radcon is thoroughly confused.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I mean, everybody trying to be a badass until they say that you earned $34,000, and then they start
like, what?
sucking your
They're like,
dick.
wait, you made how much
instantly.
money on a what? On a what exactly?
I was talking to I was talking to our mom, Ben,
Lamau.
about what a disappointment you are to the family.
Yeah.
And after we had
Funny,
exhausted
I was
that
doing
topic
the same
over a few
thing
hours.
about you.
Fascinating. She's playing both sides against them.
She's a
tactician.
Warren. She's pulling a Warren. She's a snake.
Damn, mom. Really living up to the Karen ideal.
I know.
She's
so
what was I saying?
like she's not really repping her people very well.
No,
yeah.
the Native Americans. That is.
That's right. That's
she's
right.
letting them down. What was I saying? Right. I was talking to her, and I was just like, "Hey, mom, you know that Radcon thing we do?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, well, that's if you and your friends are playing little games together."
I talked to mom and dad recently, and I told them like, yeah, that Radcon thing raised like $34,000.
Yeah.
Dad was just like, very good. Yeah, very.
God damn it, Dad. Be impressed. Be impressed, you piece of shit.
He was impressed, and I was fine with it. I was like, yes, it is very good.
I don't know who I talked to first. I mean, one of us talked to him first, because maybe they had already heard. Because, like, when I talked to Mom, I just said, like, hey, Mom, guess how much we made. And I was like, considering the fact that we got, like, $9,000 last time, guess how much? And she was like, $12,000. And I was like, $34,000, and she did her typical get out.
Yeah.
Classic Mom.
We need
me
the
to
mom
leave.
get out T-shirt
Get
now.
out of here.
Do you remember
Darken my
Grace's
door
brief
again.
cameo? Remember Grace's brief cameo? We get more family cameos on
the fan
PCP
cam
episodes.
Mios.
Ooh, yeah, good.
You're a dog, and I'm sick of it. What a strange legacy.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
Yeah.
Here's a small like thing. I've been going back to listen to Destiny lectures. Notable ones, obviously, the Jontron one, which I was
You
where I
mean
first heard of him.
the streams?
The stream, sorry, lol, lectures. He gives lectures every day.
Big academic. That guy.
Yeah. The
like
first
PCB.
time I saw Destiny, he was like a fucking stupid, annoying piece of shit, and I didn't like him. But going back with my knowledge of like, some ideas are okay. Some ideas that
Another
were
good
previously
T-shirt.
Thought, yeah,
Some ideas are okay. Yeah.
Oh man, I
go
kind of
back.
want to make that one for real. Holy shit.
So I go back and I'm like, maybe I had the wrong idea about Destiny, because I listened to this Jontron thing. I was like, okay, Jontron is saying white nationalist talking points. I don't think he's an actual racist, but he is saying those things. That is very silly. Don't listen to Sargon, John. You're not... Don't do it. Stop doing it.
Bro, are you tacitly implying that just Sargon just is a white nationalist? I
He's
mean,
a
is
little
that what
bit
you're
of
trying
a
to
white
sneak in there? Because I
nationalist.
think you'll have a difficult time actually making that
He's
point.
a little bit of a
I
white
saw another
nationalist.
like stream with Destiny and Sargon, and there's talking points there that like lead in a racist direction. Sargon denies it, of course, because it's like...
No, I'm not letting you get away with this.
What?
You say you make one point that has anything to do, and you're just like, oh, they're like on the pipeline
You just
now.
imply
point...
imply a little bit that maybe we should keep America white, and suddenly everyone's calling you a white nationalist.
Look,
Now, see,
here's the thing.
you're twisting
Nate,
that the way you want to.
I'm
They
not
could
saying
just represent
that,
it any different way.
like, the pipeline isn't necessarily you are, like, rotten to the core and you're, like, an evil person. White nationalist is not a thing that is... it's not like a slur in the same way. It's just a way of thinking, a framework of thinking. Like, to say that Sargon might be a white nationalist is not to say, don't trust anything he says, everything he says is stupid. That is not what I'm saying. And it's not what a lot of people are saying. But the thing that I came across, came away with listening to these Destiny lectures, and, there's one with Lauren Southern, and he went on the kill stream and stuff, and I get the sense that, I think he said at one point that he doesn't do the arguing to make people understand. He just likes the arguing. The people on the left are annoyed that he takes the leftist points, but he doesn't present it in a way that the right can reasonably understand without getting really annoyed, because he is annoying. He has an annoying personality and is an abrasive guy. So he does all these things, and he's not trying to be smarter than everyone else, but he is sort of an edgy lolster, and he likes it when they get triggered and upset about talking points, and he likes calling them an idiot calling them idiots for the viewpoints they have, and they get really riled up because it's a natural reaction to being called an idiot. But I think it's as well as the Digi lecture, the Digi stream, what Digi was on. Like, I could see where Digi was coming from, but the reason that there was a big divide in understanding between Destiny and why Destiny thought Digi was a complete idiot was because Digi was using words wrong, as he is known to do. He has an idea of what a word means. Destiny's like, what do you mean? I don't understand. Please explain. Or like, I'll reframe your argument and you'll tell me if it's right. And Digi's like, you're reframing my argument. That's, there's lots of... It's a little infuriating when somebody doesn't listen to Destiny, but I can see why they don't, because Destiny is hard to listen to if you're predisposed to dislike the things he says or the positions he holds. So it's like, it's very entertaining when you agree with him. But when you don't, it's so
kind of
aggravating.
encapsulated in that meme of like, oh no, the worst guy you know just made a really good point, which I'm not saying anyone always makes a really good point, but it's real hard to just like be like, Destiny, you really have a concrete reason for why like 100% of children should be aborted. I can't refute it, but I just hate you, so I, disagree.
I lost a lot of respect, in particular for Mr. Medicare and Dick Masterson, hearing them debate Destiny and just hearing their complete self-assurance that they are correct and that this guy they're talking to can't possibly be making any good points, even though he is.
Yeah,
like
he makes the
at the same time.
The thing that really riles me up is like
not at the same time.
A lot of time where Destiny will start making a rebuttal to their statement and they will cut him off and saying, you're just a piece of shit, like some sort of like they get riled up by the way he starts his, like, he brings up a hypothetical and they're like, yeah, but what about like an exception to that hypothetical, and they don't accept the hypothetical scenario in order to start the discussion about it, so he just gets cut off over and over again, and they think that because he's trying so desperately to push forward this hypothetical so that they could start, that he's being hysterical and he's a crazy leftist and he doesn't listen, and it's so obvious that they aren't listening to him, and it's just there's so many points like that, and it's like Destiny is definitely not like everyone's cup of tea to listen to, but I definitely feel like it's worth like trying to listen to him unemotionally to see what he's actually saying.
I fell down the Destiny hole. I listened to a bunch of that for a while. I was listening to all his shit. Lately he's been really annoying. I don't know, hearing him make like a totally like non-emotional argument for various like progressive things that I had never really heard anyone make like an intellectual appeal to before in such like a straightforward way was really good. He does it for like immigration. He does it for like trans identities. He does it for stuff. He has an approach that I think a lot of people on the right don't expect some fucking SJW to use. It's great. I love it. I love him, even though he's a big fucking asshole and I hate him.
The debate he had with Sargon, they went over a lot of topics, but what I really came away with is not that Sargon is like, obviously nobody thinks of themselves as evil or racist, and there are moments where Sargon is getting to a point where he's like almost agreeing with Destiny, like the Destiny's talking point. Sargon is like, oh, that's a reasonable, like I can see you have a reasonable opinion there. You're just contradicting the other statements you're making, which are, things that you say in your videos, but the things you're saying here when under scrutiny, they seem more reasonable. And Destiny's trying so hard to get him to understand that he has contradicted himself, and this thing that he actually believes is more reasonable than the talking points he makes in his videos that are more right-leaning sounding. And it's like, please listen, Sargon. You're not as bad as you make yourself out to be. You kind of make yourself out to be worse than you are because you're kind of stupid and you don't listen. And it's like, I feel like that's such a common thing. Like, nobody, like Dick Masterson isn't a fucking criminal or an evil person. Neither is Sargon, neither is Jontro, neither is anyone who's ever been like considered on like the far right. The people who, attack people on the right for their like opinions that they have, unless they're out and out racists who are like saying it, or like heavily implied racists. Mm-hmm. If they're just a pundit, they're usually normal people who have like white people who feel like their whiteness is being attacked and they didn't do anything and this isn't fair, and so they just gravitate towards these talking points. They're not bad people, but it's so difficult to watch a Destiny stream and see them kind of be okay, but still double down on the thing that is like leading down, not exactly leading down always, but like tends towards a path of getting rid of brown people sometimes. In some, you know,
they double down on the bad part. Yeah, because I don't know, like with JonTron in particular, you could see it. It's like this is just a thing he's assumed. He's just uncritically assumed, and like he can't really articulate why he thinks it, but he doesn't like questions.
Like nobody likes being called a racist.
So he just kind of doubles down on it. Yeah,
it's nobody likes being called a racist or implied that they could be a racist or have like, you know, male privilege, white privilege, or any of that stuff. And so they get very defensive, and it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world to be like having like you can change. It's just
like,
I don't know.
People in that mindset. It would be so easy to just be like, oh, did I say something that was kind of racist? Whoops! I guess I didn't think about it and realize that it's kind of a racist thing to say. Thanks for pointing out to me the logical conclusions of this belief that I held, so I can reevaluate it.
The issue with this is just that I feel like you guys are gonna call something like, you know what? I think we should have less immigration. Is that racist? I mean, you probably would say it's not.
No, that's not in and of itself. There you go, man. You just why you straw man me like that, Nate?
No, but like I could see why people.
You know that you'd say that.
I know.
You're wrong.
What?
You're literally wrong.
Why is Sargon racist then? Why is Sargon racist?
He's not racist.
Is it because he like notices that like with Middle Eastern immigration, like rape rates have gone up? Is that why he's racist?
The thing with those conversations is that they haven't. Like the data prove
he doesn't back up his statements with facts.
That's
okay.
It's the thing that Destiny
that's not even my position, but that's what I understand his position to be.
Exactly. Like when you know it comes down to facts. Like it's not that I have a latent racism and so I want to get rid of immigrants. I would like it if they didn't commit crimes, but it turns out that generally it's not actually as bad as, you know, certain media outlets make you believe it is. And if you see, you know, the whole thing with like JonTron thinking that rich blacks commit more crime than poor whites, like that was some data that he got from somewhere, and he believed it because he didn't because he was already thinking social justice and the left hate me because I'm worried about immigration. It's okay to be worried about immigration. You know, it's not like immigration is perfect. There's definitely a lot of problems with it, but like the issue is always about nuance, and a lot of the time nuance lies. It's very obvious when somebody has not delved into the nuance to come away with a real opinion on the matter. They just have heard a thing and they believe that, and so they will go along with their life believing these things without really delving into it. And I can't say that I'm I know about immigration in America any more than, you know, just a few videos I've seen. But like, it's interesting in these debate scenarios where Destiny is so into the facts and the logic, and you know, it just makes me think, like, damn, maybe I don't fucking know anything. Maybe I should really think before I speak.
You know, not to discredit Destiny or anybody else, he could be 100% right. The reason I get suspicious of people who, I mean, to you, like Destiny, oh, he's so obviously right. There are such strong incentives to find the data point that works for you and then cease your investigation at that point. I feel like that operates in a lot of these circles. And then they're just, you know, you find the convenient answer that justifies your belief.
Yeah,
and then you
that's all circles.
I mean, you could say that about anyone.
Absolutely true, Ben. Absolutely true.
You could point to any person arguing anything and saying like, oh, they're only using the evidence that agrees with them, and
that is exactly why, Ben. I feel so uncomfortable making any real world points ever, and I'm only comfortable debating like philosophical things I think are kind of correct. Or stuff like that. So,
well, sure, but at the end of the day, if you're going to argue about facts, you have to fall back on data, and then it's become like, okay, well, who's got the better and more compelling data?
Perfectly reasonable. When that is the debate. Yeah. Okay.
Like to say Sargon is the worst guy ever just because he's kind of stupid and like it's not fair on him. At the same time, it's fine to make fun of people. So like. There's many ways to do this. It's not like Destiny is right and everyone who he debates it is always like guaranteed destroyed. Like I don't agree that like Digi didn't have a point when he debated him. It was just that his point was a different type of thing. Like he was talking about arguments as in the way human beings talk to one another, and Destiny was talking about debate as a form of like official recognized, this is how we come to consensus conclusions is through debate. And Digi was like, you know, I mean, if you re-listen to that, you can see Digi's point, and you can see Dick Masterson's point that Digi was trying to explain, but you can also see that Destiny is like arguing something else, and he just doesn't care, like he doesn't believe
that's my recollection.
That Digi, the thing that Digi was going for was like so unimportant to him that it just became a big like shouting match.
I watched I saw Destiny call into Vosh, right, to talk about, I won't go into the whole like background of it, but they got into an argument, and Vosh was like, dude, Destiny, I thought you were supposed to be an SJW. And Destiny was like, dude, I'm the only SJW left because all you people, all you lefties abandon intersectionality for class consciousness. And I'm just like, damn, what a thing to say. What a debate to be having. And I'm like, you know, even though I'm more a Vosh guy than a Destiny guy now, I generally agree with Vosh more. But like, this is good. This is good that these two guys, these are both one way, they're both probably left of center, kinda. And they're having a debate, and the argument comes down to, you know, intersectionality versus class consciousness. Which is the right approach? Which is the right approach to righting the wrongs of the world and making things better? And I just reflected on a right-leaning person would be in here trying to argue that no, both of these things are bad, and making the world better in any way is wrong and foolish. And I thought, boy, I sure do hate the other side of the aisle. With all my heart. The end. That's all I have to say.
And that is why you will fail to convert them, Ben.
They'll never be converted because they're bad on the inside.
See, this is the difference between Ben and me.
Yeah,
I'm trying so
clearly.
hard to be like the bridge builder. I want that more than anything.
One method is more effective than the other.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Ben just enjoys sitting in his toolbox,
They had a whole life. They had their whole life to figure out what was right and good and decide on it, and they failed.
I mean, they live in
so
different
now it's time to
places
employ the
than everyone
guillotines.
else.
Their number is up. They did not pass the test. We've decided to make a better society.
They should. Well, you know, good ideas. I do think good ideas should win. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hot take, I know.
Indeed.
All right, Nate. How many voicemails do we have? Because we're at an hour and a half right now, and far be it from us to deny anyone listening to this as soon as it comes out, the live stream, it's coming up in a mere half an hour their time.
Well, okay, that's only when we can get in. It's going to take some amount of minutes, even if we rush to set up like streaming equipment. So I wouldn't say it's going to start exactly then. Mathematically, I think it can't be done.
I mean, future us could just like make sure that we start streaming as soon as the episode is like out for the amount of time that the length of the episode is.
We probably shouldn't start immediately because like most people aren't going to click play and play it all the way through the moment it comes out.
Well, I mean, I didn't even know until now if anyone was even interested in starting like immediately or not.
I mean, it's on the schedule. It's on the schedule.
I'm definitely gonna be. We're definitely gonna be tweeting a storm with pictures of like us fucking around.
Indeed.
Well, of course. The
content will flow like wine. It'll be great.
Although Gib will not be there until later that night, and Munchie not till the next morning due to their schedules and whatnot. But no matter. The answer to your question, Tom, is that there are exactly 3 voicemails.
Oh,
there are only 3
we're good,
voicemails.
man.
So we'll not do much to delay things.
We can keep talking forever.
Or, I mean, I have them right here. I'm ready to get to them.
I don't know.
Let's do it.
Do we have anything else to go
feel
over?
like it's a clean time to transition, so let's just do it.
All right.
So here we go. All right, first voicemail. This one is from, let me see. Oh, and of course, SpeakPipe link down below. Leave your voicemails. Although, I guess it's fair to say, the next PCPUC will be a live stream, so we probably won't be doing voicemails for that one.
That's true.
Maybe we'll do some sort of live, Ask PCP thing on Twitter that we're scrolling and reading questions out.
We'll take super chats.
I don't know. Super chats are probably the right way to do it. Yeah, maybe one of us can watch this. So I mean, if you do this next time, there's a recorded PCP. We'll probably do it for then. So okay, now you're aware. But the link to the SpeakPipe is down below. Use it at your leisure. All right. The first voicemail here is from I'll Die petitions to give the PCP more money. I'm excited to hear this one. Let's hear what he has to say. Okay, go.
Listen, guys, I'm going through a crisis. Vic and Hope is the only thing that keeps me sane. So I was ecstatic to see that we finally got a new episode after like months on like Sonic the Hedgehog around when the movie came out. And in that episode, Vic was saying that there has been a lot of content. It's just that he wants to edit footage of like their trip to Japan over it. So that way, you know, we can like see what's going on when they're talking about it, which sounds really cool. And I love it. But the problem is just that he's busy and he doesn't have the time to do that. So like, here's the new strategy then. He's going to RadCon 4, but he's just going to be the cameraman. That's no good. He needs to edit. So we're going to make a new Kickstarter to hire another cameraman to take Vic's job. He'll still get paid as the cameraman. It's just that he'll edit his show while this other fucking piece of shit does his job for him. So I don't have to go insane not listening to Vic and Hope. Thank you. I think we'll all be happy with this solution.
Makes sense.
Good.
If the money comes, we can make it happen.
This seems like less of us getting money and more of this camera guy getting money, and I'm suddenly less interested.
I thought the idea was that we do the Kickstarter and we then exempt Victor from the need to do that. And like obviously we gotta make his payback ourselves, and then we give some lesser amount of money to whoever's doing the job in his place. I guess. Too complicated. Just go to patreon.com/theprocrastinators. That's the only place to send your money in a reliable and trustworthy way. All right, enough of that bullshit. Vic and Hope, that's not even PCP affiliated technically.
Well,
maybe
it is.
Technically, I guess technically it is. Second cousins of the PCP.
Remember the fucking Tony Hawk, Endless Jess, Vic, Blue Glow.
Oh yeah. Okay, there you go.
So Vic's
extended
officially,
universe.
extended universe content man. Aside from being the brother of the Digi.
Indeed. Okay, here's a voicemail that's simply called "They Killed Me Because I Knew Too Much." Okay, go.
PCP, I need you guys to wish me luck. The coronavirus has entered my state. Before I die, I just need to tell you guys, I have information that will indict Hillary.
Hitler.
Well, the coronavirus killed his microphone. His microphone started coughing and it couldn't record anymore.
What are the odds you think that the
it's a really funny like instant death. He didn't even sound bad.
It's just it
was like a Sopranos ending moment there.
His whole state just like dissolved. It was like he just got fucking Avenger Infinity Ward.
What are the odds that Hillary Clinton,
Infinity War, whichever one,
personally,
they all dissolve?
that was Infinity War. What are the odds that they arranged the coronavirus, the Clintons, to Epstein, the decrepit old men that are currently on top of the ticket, to make room for a virile young up-and-coming sprout like Hillary? 100%? 200%?
Wait,
so like
what?
Hillary paid China to develop the coronavirus and spread it around the world just so that everyone else except her will be killed.
This is my correct.
She did it to kill off her competition because she's starting a podcast. Hillary Clinton is starting. She doesn't call it. She calls it an audio program, and she says that her inspirations
boomer
include Howard Stern. So she's gonna run a Howard Stern style audio program.
Oh my god! Imagine
podcast.
Hillary working the soundboard the way I do. Fart with reverb. 1776 will commence again. all the highlights. Very excited for that.
We should have
Hillary
her on the
will be
PCP.
tuning in. She's going to need promotion, and I think the PCP is the place to get it.
We should have coronavirus on the PCP and ask it.
Corona-chan?
Why.
Corona-chan.
Give us a call.
Corona-chan's definitely going to come to RadCon 4.
I can't wait. I'm very excited for that. It's going to be a blast. A vomit and shit out of every orifice. Looking forward to that.
I don't think that
All right,
happens.
we've got one more. All right. Oh, there's an image that goes along with this one. So check the description. I'm posting it in the thing down there. Behold this image, okay? And while you're looking at that, listen to this PCP voicemail from our friendly editor, Eleazar. And let's hear what he has to say. And go.
Hey, Eleazar here. So the other day I was walking, wasting my PCP money on beaches and peaches, and suddenly I found this. And at first I was very confused, like PCP, what? Then I read the text at the bottom, and I was really happy because if you translate it from Virgin Spanish to Chat English, it says, integral attention to children and adolescents with disability. I didn't know PCPHQ was real. Anyways, congratulations, guys. In Argentina for places. Like, really great, really great. Thank you. So, yeah, bye-bye.
Thanks,
It's our outreach program.
Eleazar. Lovely to hear from you, my boy.
We're cultivating our
That's our
low
new
IQ
logo.
demographic. This is the main. We think we have most potential in the low IQ.
We are a
circles.
big fan base in South Carolina. Everybody there disagrees with our policies, hates us personally, but votes for us anyway. They just because we're just it's just the thing.
They vote for us to be
do.
podcast of the year.
Yeah, they're gonna vote for us to defeat Hillary Clinton in the podcast elections.
The podcast Rumble. The podcast. Gotta think of a word.
I can't think of it.
Proletariat.
PC POTUS.
Yeah. PC. Put them up. PC. Put them up, and you raise your dukes and punch, and there you go. That's what it's gonna be.
Nah, it sucks. This sucks. Delete next one.
Shit bid.
Hashtag just fucking, everybody. Let's get back to that because that was the last voicemail.
Some ideas
Thank
are
you,
okay.
Eleazar.
Some ideas are okay.
Hey, some ideas are okay, like leaving a voicemail with an image attached. Thanks, Eleazar, for that. Hey, if you want to get your fucking voicemail played when we come back with a recorded episode that'll be edited and whatnot, click the speak pipe link down below. I'm expecting an influx of RadCon shit when you hear this, and all kinds of good stuff is happening. So I guess that'll be that. End of episode. Scene. Curtain falls. Transition.
Clear your schedule
like
for the
and
rest
subscribe.
of the day because it's time for live content from
I'm so
RadCon
fucking
4.
scared.
All
Me too, dude. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
I am pretty stoked. You'll see us in the flesh very soon, everybody. Click all our goddamn Twitters. There's going to be updates going on all of those. Be in the Discord.
Follow Twitter, follow on Instagram, follow on Byte, follow on TikTok, follow on LinkedIn. Get followed everywhere.
We should make an epic TikTok at RadCon. That's the girl going, one of our anime girl OCs from the OVA that's going like, "Are you masturbating to porn?" Oh
And
no,
we
it's
will
"Are
say
you
yes."
masturbating alone?" And then you turn the camera around. It's like, "No, I'm with my boys." And, we should do that. That's a good TikTok. All right. So RadCon starting immediately. Thanks for everybody who donated, so we don't lose our shirt making it happen. And it's gonna be a great time. And for the fucking, if you're the goddamn PTA, be active in that Discord, because who knows when you'll be called upon to perform services to tell us what to do or vote on things. It could be any time. We make no promises for when things will happen. We'll just probably throw fucking vote tallies, fucking, what are those voting websites again? The Lincoln, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Straw
voting
poll?
for things and... Straw polls, that's what I'm thinking about. We might throw those in any time. Who knows what's going to happen? Or voting, and all the super chats, all kinds of things are happening. Fuck you. But if you want to hear, hey, if you missed the boat on the PCP RadCon behind the scenes, RadCon 4 behind the scenes stuff, not all is lost, because me, Gib, and Tom did a bonus episode that just came out few days ago that covers a bunch of the behind-the-scenes stuff that you might not even hear anywhere else in our planning and the trials and tribulations of getting it stoked.
Hey,
so if
I'm
you
on
need a
it
little
too.
more content. Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm
Ben
on it
with his
too.
cameo.
I have a big. Yeah. It's I'm the my time on the episode is low, but I would say I'm the emotional core of the bonus episode.
It's like the Jesus. You know, it's like Jesus. He doesn't show up often in your life, but when he does, notable.
It's a big impact.
All right. That being said, go to patreon.com/theprocrastinators. Pledge $5 to get 35 total bonus episodes, including that one. Monsters 2's in there. Fucking Monsters 1. Wait, no, that was a normal episode. There's a bunch of ASMR. Just a legendary batch of episodes there. And $1 and you're in the main Discord, which I would recommend you be, because this is going to be an active fucking week of PCP stuff going on. And you're going to want to be there for it.
Now's the time. If you feel
If you
guilty
ever
that
had
you
$1.
missed the Kickstarter and you're like, God, I really wish I could have contributed somehow, to this epic level production, get in the Patreon. Just do it. Every dollar helps.
That's right. And I guess that's it. We'll see you in paradise at RadCon4, and follow the Twitter at TPCrastinators. That'll definitely be the central hub for like news and updates, and like if things happen, like we have to move the venue of the meetup because it's like raining out or something. Follow that. Important stuff's all gonna be there. All right, there you go. We'll see you soon, everybody.
Fuck
RadCon4. Here we go. See you in like a few minutes when we're streaming live, everybody. Bye.
Goodbye.
All right, resync on the count of 3. Here we go. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3, sync. One more time. 1, 2, 3, sync. All right, done.
Heck yeah, dude. Oh god, I gotta fucking pack and shit. I am scared. I don't want to fly. I hate flying. We can fucking die together when the pilot catches coronavirus, and I'm gonna give myself the coronavirus, and then I'm going to go to fucking Milwaukee for the national convention, and then if they don't give Bernie the nom, I'm going to detonate myself and splatter my guts inside the State House and give it to all of them. That's what's up. That's what's happening. Eleazar, don't fucking let the viewers know that I said that I'm going to do political violence. I'm still recording. Lamal.